Hello, welcome to Citizen Sleeper. Yeah, I thought I'd just play this game. It came out a while ago, 2022. The RPG set in a dystopian sci-fi setting. It's story driven, so I'm very interested to see where it goes. I know almost nothing about the game other than that, so let's just get started. Yes, I do know that there is a second game, but I thought I'd play the first one. Choose character class. Operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Perk, transfer intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. I have no idea what any of that means. Engineer, interface, endure, intuit, engage. Are there other options? Oh, there is. Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Okay. I don't know how confident I am. It's my first run. First time playing. Machinist. The machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. That's definitely not me. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer action. Well, I think I'm gonna go operator. It's the first option they gave, and I am very cerebral. I don't know about precise, but I am very cerebral. Let's get into the story. The first thing you become aware of on waking is a disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Mine are almost imperceptible, but always present. I think if the text is gonna be on the right, I'm gonna move myself over a little bit. Hold on. There we go. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Oh. Okay. Think of that body, I will. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day. The sting of blood welling from a fresh wound. The friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body. Given your current circumstances, the walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There's no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. I see. So this is like we're waking up from being attached to an actual body into like a virtual realm, I guess. Right now there are thousands of them. I don't know what either of these options mean. Maybe remember the others? You remembered there were 10 of you, 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay, 10 whose belief in their promised futures was slowly dismantled day by day, until they realized they had sold away everything they could and would never matter, 10 that would escape or at least die trying. I see. So we're starting a revolution in this bitch. Some were lost in the shaft, others... A lot of people get lost in the shaft or look around there. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on the grim and heartless rock. Oh, so we're being disconnected not from our actual bodies, but from whatever was containing us. Okay. Even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. Try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are duly aware of the damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You've spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. Okay. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth, not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light. White as the cold, softer and softer until a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You are out. So we made it to whatever destination we were supposed to be in. Dragos, pragmatic salvager. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container, yet you sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You're slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. Okay, so everyone in this universe is human, but maybe cybernetic at the same time. I really like the spider on his shoulder, that robot. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognitions, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Let's stay silent. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vacuum. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Oh, so we got lucky with our survival. Grey Ghost comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator on his shoulder. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches. Ah, so it's a drone. Its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. So I don't understand the term sleeper yet, but maybe this is someone who escapes from wherever they need to be and they end up here. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. I plan to survive. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. I see. So I guess we were a human, and we sold ourselves to the corporation to work endlessly, and then we decided to leave. But I'm not sure about the software element of this. Maybe we're a cyborg? You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You're no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. So maybe they took the body and just implanted the consciousness or soul or whatever into whatever we are now, some sleeper. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SN ARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then no one can. Okay, so the corporation is called SN ARP. And I guess they're destroying us because we're their property. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. Separated from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? Okay, well, we haven't broken down yet. But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glanced up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. Maybe that's where we are. Let's ask him. The eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as a storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you are welcome to it. Oh, so this guy's nice. This guy has been very friendly and helpful. Something wells up inside you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Nod. Alright, you head up there. You look like you need some rest, and with that, Drago stalks back into the Rex, his drone already converging on a rustling hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Tutorial Introduction. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay, so we're living in this empty container. Ah, beautiful home. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you waken now, strange and disjointed. Its messages readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Okay, so we tried to escape with 10 people. Where are they? Did they make it with us here? You know, Argo didn't tell us anything about that. What matters? Escape? Well, we already escaped. Getting answers, I mean, I don't know what answers we're looking for, but building a life seems good. Maybe you didn't get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. We gotta make sure we don't fall apart before we make a life. Makes sense. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container, the mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water. Okay, so we're still human enough that we need water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. Oh, so this is our poor man's soup. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of ripe polygonal shapes. Polygonal? Like angular suns burning into your mind. So the ring is the station we're on right now. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Tutorial. Condition, action, dice, and energy. Condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by 1 segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. Our health bar. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Okay. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can fill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Okay, so we have a hunger bar and then a health bar. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you'll be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at double rate per cycle. So if we're starving, it's even worse. Okay, got it. I don't know what any of this means. Oh, what did I do? I have no idea what any of this is. Let's just leave, I guess. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He is still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. He can't take that off, okay? A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? I guess I'm okay? The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. Safe from what? Don't you live here as well? He pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work. I guess you saved my life, so I will work for you. All right, then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old holes down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap, so sell scrap metal. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Hey, sounds simple enough. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleeper as well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Why? I mean, I am happy to, but I also want to know why. Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. Oh, he's in debt. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. I love that podcast. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. Okay. That's our home. Let's go to the yard where we showed up. Tutorial actions. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Repeatable action. Hull dissection. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully input dice. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items, depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. And negative, the action fails. Okay. Repeatable action. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to hard labor. Action dice. Action dice affect these outcomes as follows. So a 6 is a 100% chance positive. A 5 is 50% chance positive, 50 neutral. A 3 and a 4 are the same. They're 25 positive, 50 neutral, 25 negative, and a 1 or a 2 is a 50 neutral, 50 negative. Okay, understood. So neutral is always 50%. Chance of negative and chance of positive go up and down depending. Okay. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and the skill and modifiers that apply to that action. Hull dissection. Right. Type, 1 type. Either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Okay, this is the type of action. And then 2, risk. Either safe, risky, or danger. Safe is no loss of condition, energy, or cryo. Risky is negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. And then danger, negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Oh, so if it's a dangerous action, it needs to be a positive outcome for you to not lose anything. Got it. And then 3, skill. The skill that this action requires. So this requires us to endure. Either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Okay. And then 4 is a modifier, either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This added to the action dice. When slotted and improves its value, some actions require a +1 to perform. Okay. So each action has a modifier, either 0 or positive or negative. Okay, so today I rolled a 4, a 1, a 5, and a 3. There's a risky action here. Oh, what is cycle clock? Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or 2, things could go nasty. Back in business, every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this refresh means either. But for the safe action, we could probably put the 4, and for the risky, we put the 5. I mean, that seems like the best. Yeah, 50 positive, 50 neutral. And it's risky. So if it's neutral, we might lose. Okay. Tutorial, clocks. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the action that fill them. And they track your actions and how they affect the world. Okay. So filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Okay. So we filled back in business by 2. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragos' debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. So this is always going to be running, but this back in business is, I only move that one forward. Okay, any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. Okay, so it tells you exactly what the clock you're working with is. Okay. And we can repeat both of these actions. It's still, okay, maybe we put, oh, this is -1 though, on the manual salvage. And we can always leave to reroll and reset the day. And I guess I start with 5 cryptocurrency, cryo. I see, so that's our money. So we have 15. Okay, no data. Well, I'd like to take more, because this is, yeah, we have only 25% chance of negative. It is risky though, so we could lose stuff on neutral. But I'd rather do this than, I mean, our other option is to put the 4 here and then we get a -1 on the roll, but it is a safe action. Yeah, I think we stop with the whole die section and we go manual salvage. And we do it like this. Tutorial. Survive, find a doctor. What is this? Drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button on the top left of the screen. Okay, so these are like quest lines, and you can choose which ones to progress, and they tell you where to go. You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice. Use the mouse wheel or W and S to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck. We got a negative outcome, but we didn't lose anything. I'm very confused about these bars. I don't know which one is my condition and which one's my hunger. I'm kind of willing to just do the... Oh, this is a 2 dice. But I don't want it to be risky. Risky is even worse. Okay, let's do this and hopefully we get neutral. Oh, we did. Okay, we got 10 cryo. And we progressed back in business by 1. And then with the single dice, I'd rather not put it anywhere. Because this is a 0. Oh, it can't go lower than 1. Okay, well, I'll take this action. 50% positive, 50% negative. Okay, that's a big roll. Help pay off Draco's debt. Yes. But also, there's survive. Find a doctor. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals. Otherwise, this escape attempt will come to a rapid end. Okay, so let's leave the yard. Okay, and we can control the ship. Oh, okay. Shipyard. Dragos' yard. Alright. That's where our home is. Dock C4. There is a cycle here. Rotunda, old dock terminal. Dock B2, Rotunda wet dock. Okay. Bright market, bustling open market. That's where our quest for finding pharmaceuticals is. Oh, that's kind of cool that you can rotate the ship like this. And it's I'm assuming it's like a big ring. Okay, well, let's go to the market then. Oh, we have no more dice, so we used all our dice at the shipyard. So I guess we go home and sleep it off. And tomorrow we can continue with that quest. Okay, so this is our hunger bar, and this would be our condition bar. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station that shifting skeletal ring surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange, and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Let's observe. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It is a looped cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into space. It is an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops. Okay. Full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It is a system, a map, and a territory all at once. You notice a tugging feeling, a pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow, it is pulling in 2 directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body. Both yours and not yours, all at once. I see, so we kind of had like a bad dream. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open in the dark, steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind. A storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. So we are starving, so we're losing our condition. We've rolled a 6 and 2 1s today. Let's work on our survival today. Hopefully we can find some food. And Dragos' yard, 1 cycle has completed. I see. So let's visit the market. Critical action. So this can only be solved once, and then repeatable action. Why wander when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the bright market? All you need is the courage to approach them. It's a dangerous action. Maybe we can use our 6 here. And there's no... So this is an engage action. Yep, 100% positive. So we won't be able to fail this. But we'll ask for directions for a doctor, I guess. Hopefully we can find food with this. +3 local knowledge. Okay, the bright market is the busiest part of the eye's lower rim. You can find anything and everywhere here. Okay, so this, maybe the next cycle, this will resolve and we'll get something out of it. I'm starving. Can I put a 1 here? I can't do anything else here? Maybe we leave then? New drive discovered. Build a ship mine. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and the new fragments, you could build a ship mine core. I don't know what that means. Street food vendor. Passage into the low end. And what is this place? Sabine, the slum doctor. Okay, so we found a doctor. Well, I think we should go eat because we're starving. Empis is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movement, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with a bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. Well, I always find it super fascinating in sci-fi games, how they depict how we'll eat things in the future. And I think this is a cool representation of it, you know? Vegetables are easy to grow, but livestock and meat and all that stuff, like, that's not going to be there. But so how are you going to get your protein? I mean, this is one way, maybe. I don't know if protein will ever come from these funguses, but it's cool to think about it like this. Cool to think about that, the fact that it's easier to grow these things in a space environment. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Let's approach, because we want some food. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn and you shuffle to the front. Empis speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Oh, thank you. Thank you, good sir. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy, the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I see. So he's a really nice person. He offers a free trial for his food. I know you sleepers, Empis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems you tell him like some dream that you once had but can never forget. Yeah, that's crazy, the way we got here. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more. He smiles, but next time you pay. Understood. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms. Oh, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. Okay, interesting. He has a story as well. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You will be back. And that's 3 food bars. And we didn't have to spend a single money. Our cryptocurrency is safe. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shovel down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. Hab block. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hat block, they all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, your body will decay. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look at the enforcer. Looking inside is very sus. It's like peeking past the guard. The enforcer is looking down on the corridor and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He is here to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. We gotta make it past the bouncer to get into the doctor. His broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops. Subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you aren't sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make a note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at the queue. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. From the room beyond is bathed in a warm light. Floor-to-ceiling transparent panels give a full view of the Bright Market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you are transfixed by the motion. Sabine, the doctor in Bright Market. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turn away. Replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed, you make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, they blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Oh, it looks like you've never seen a sleeper. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eyes. Like 3 cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm, roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Yes, talk to me like I don't know anything, please. I need to figure it out. Your body is dying, they say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. Asen ARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose to prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. So I'm a frame. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer. One which Asen ARP remains the sole producer of, they look up, sounds familiar. Yes. Good, that may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. I see. So we're no longer the person we were before we signed to this company. They focused hard on the inspection of your arm, and Asen ARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Yes, so it's like the V serum from the boys. Like it's theirs, and they don't want to release it into the market because that would mean a bunch of people could steal their tech. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turned away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives away the tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes. Hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yadagan. They're influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, and sew up their wounds. But Yadigan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporation on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. That is very kind to suggest this. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Why help me? Question mark. I am interested in why they're helping me, but I also want to say thank you. I want to say thank you more than ask. Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. So obviously the reason why Sabine is helping us is they feel compassionate. They're a doctor. They want to help. But this is going beyond just, you know, helping a patient. It's helping someone with no rights. They don't have to help. But I guess they can make some extra money off of it, so it's a win-win. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Okay. Makeshift doctor's surgery. Can we go here again? Sourcing stabilizer, so we can't do anything here. It's gonna take 3 cycles for him to source it. Hardware exchange. The flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye, some tight trades can net you a good margin. There's an old ship mine fabrication stack in the back of the market, but only trusted traders get access to it. I don't know what a ship mine fabrication stack is. The Ort exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up, break down, and sell off. And you are happy to supply it. So that, I'm assuming that's some stuff we can sell components, and we could probably get components from working at the yard. Okay, so let's go back to. Let's actually take a look at everything here. So what is low end gate? Hey, low end toll. After some spacers cause some trouble in the low end, yet again have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. So in order to access this area, we need 60 cryo, which we don't have. Right. We just ate here. We have 2 more hunger bars. We could spend some money to eat more. Okay, what's over here in dock B2? B2 or not B2? Salvage sortie. It takes several cycles to reach the starward belt and return loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Oh, so this is every 4 cycles there's more scrap. Rotunda A. Steal dock plans. It's a critical one-time action. Havenage security has to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place and the most dangerous. Okay. It's very dangerous action. Dock watcher. Getting to know the Rotunda, it doesn't just mean new places to visit, it means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. Okay. Explore the Rotunda. The Rotunda of the old dock is filled with passageways and concourses leading to all kinds of docking bays. Havenage watch list. Havenage run the Rotunda and their security watches the docks. Better to avoid attracting their attention. Okay, so we can learn stuff about the map here. And then dock C4. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. Merchants. Okay, so this is our shop. Our shop is in 8 days. And then this is shipyard. Repeatable action. Assist a shipbuilder. You don't have the connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice you, you might be in. Yard hand. The only way to get to know the shipyard is to work there. No tourists here. All materials. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest yard hand where to take them. Okay, so that's another way we can get a ship, I guess. Yeah, build a ship mind. What's get to know Emphas? Ah, I see. So that's the another quest. For now, let's do Drago's quest. Let's do manual again, because I don't want to put the ones here and risky, because we might lose some health for it. I guess we do have a lot of health to spare, but I'd rather it be a safe action that we don't lose as much. +5 cryo. Negative outcome. Oh, that's the worst outcome that can happen. Okay, 2 negative outcomes. That's fine. We didn't lose anything for it, so I'm kind of happy with that. Now we sleep. I love in this sci-fi universe, we have all these, you know, cyborgs and we're hooked up to computers and stuff, but we still have to sleep. It's very human nature to sleep and to eat and to drink. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath, transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring. Through these forms, they leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Focus on the threads. There are more threads than you can count. You choose one that passes nearby and approach it. As you inspect it, you understand why you instinctively chose the word thread. When you first saw them. They are not single lines, but rough, fuzzy things woven from data strings of all kind. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need is to follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then, that insistent tugging again, pulling at you, you look down again and see 2 lines. 2 threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. I guess the first. The first thread leads out, away from the station into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. I guess that's the company? They're in a ship and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. Ugh, I don't like the sound of that. You open your eyes, time is short. I guess I'm being hunted. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Okay. But we rolled really well today. We have 2 5s, a 1. But we are hungry today. The cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Key node. Solheim. Whoa, this is interesting. Yadigan agent. Tutorial, data actions. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. Okay, makes sense. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. Okay, so this is data about the gangs. Some gang enforcers' implants are chirping out comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. Match input 1. We have a 1. Yeah, I mean, let's just do it. I don't really like the ones in the normal roles. Let's extract data. Neutral outcome, Yatagan data. A data cache skimmed from Yatagan hardware. Okay. This is 1 out of 2. Maybe 1 out of 2 possible actions we can take today. Heaven Age Gate. Haven Age Cipher. This gate keeps traffic out of the Haven Age shipyard's internal network. The correct cipher can grant you access. Ooh, okay. We don't have that. A Haven Age member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Oh, maybe we can get the access key from here. But we don't have the right dice for that. We also don't have the right dice for here. Okay, are there any that have 5? No, this is 1 as well. 1,000 cycles ago. Interesting. So old data. Yeah, let's just do stuff in the overworld today. He needs to pay off his debt. And I'm assuming we need to get this full before the debt comes. I guess we do have some time. We have some time before that's up. Oh, can I sell my data here? Is this... Nope, this is not a scrap component. It is data. Okay, we're not going to the low end, but we definitely need some food today. Order fungus for 15 cryo. Keep wanting to say emphasis. Emphasis. Spiced fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. Fungus fan. Emphas doesn't trust people easily, but he notices his regular customers in his own quiet way. I mean, this is the only place I know where to get food, so I will come. +3 energy, +1 fungus fan, -15 cryo. Yep, that's good. Good enough for me for today. +3 food is really good. We can spend a 5 here. It's an intuit. It's a risky action, but it is repeatable. It can net us some money, but we don't really need money right now. Maybe I should just focus on doing the Dragos quest. Yeah, I think this is a safe option. Let's just do these ones. Because a 5 is basically a 6. Back in business +1 and oh, it's a neutral outcome. Okay, let's try and get a positive outcome. 50-50, 50-50. Positive outcome. +2 back in business and +15 cryo. Very good, and that's where we're gonna end the day. Another dream about the cycles and the skeleton. No dream today. 2 3s and a 1 is kind of bad. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Let's turn around. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? Question mark. A Haven Age systems engineer. Oh, so he's also working on the scraps and stuff. He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around, just wanted to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? Question mark? Yeah, we do our best? Maybe ask about Erlin instead? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has ever told you about Erlin. He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Okay. Haven Age should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department though. I'm with systems. Systems? I know Haven Age is like the dock. Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keeps it spinning somehow. At least we try to. Ah, very smart engineering. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. Oh, he wants us to access the eye for him. Oh. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Okay. Is his office? His office is going to be one of the things we can do later, probably. Okay. We should... I mean, we can complete back in business now. 25 negative, 50 neutral. Yeah, let's try and finish back in business today. I think even if it's neutral, we'll finish. Yes, it was a positive. Very, very good. Okay, so that's finished now. Maybe we've already helped him pay off his debt now? We'll see how that resolves. And one more day for the yeah, one more day for the guy to come back with information. Sabine. Oh, we have a bunch of low numbers today. We could probably... Oh. The open communication from yesterday is gone. And what's this one again? Part of a cached data tucked away during the collapse. Who hid this and for what purpose? We need a 2, but there is a +1, so we can put. Oh, we can't put the 1 there. Oh, so we need a 3, and it's a +1, so we can put a 2 in here. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. A Haven Age member is broadcasting on the open network. Oh, so this is where it is. Okay. And we need a 3. We can match a 2. Let's bypass this with a 3 and extract the data. Maybe it's going to give us what we want. Haven Age data. Cache of raw data from a Haven Age hardware. Okay. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. Oh, a thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste, the voice makes you shiver. It soars somehow both distant and close to your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark. Gargura. Like a wolf, entity unknown, astringent, processing. Resist. I mean, it doesn't seem very friendly. Let's try and resist? Oh my god, what is this? Hunter. You struggle against the thread and it tightens in response. A glittering garrote. Please hold. Like he's on the phone with us or something. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? What did you do? Yeah, what are you? The shape paces around you in lithe legs, enough that though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity identify. Origin serial cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper? SN art? Unknown. Known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop? The figure halts its thread, its head twitching. Entity. Your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I mean, I don't think it is a legal right to have sentience. You just, you have it or you don't. It's not illegal. I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. So this is probably some history about what happened in the sealed dock. Let's find out. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike. I don't want to hurt this thing. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing. A spike of interference, leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station. Light. Shaking with fear. Okay, I wonder what all that was about. Why is the Hunter bar here now? They said there was something in the rotunda. Input 1 Solheim cipher. This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. Okay. And what's this note again? Right, we already did this one. We got the Yatagan data. This node pulses faintly as it mines cryo at a glacial pace, abandoned by the hacker that repurposed it. We do have a 1. Let's bypass this. 1 encrypted key. A stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. Okay. Okay, well, let's just let's end our day here. Seems like a good day to end. A good time to end the day. Complete active scenes. Oh, so we did finish this. I just need to re-click it. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape, suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm in Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Credit? Yeah, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hull, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container. The wreck of the Espen Arp freighter, lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or there's going to be more of me. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? Weird way to put it. You shudder. Perhaps you could learn something about the ship. You might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. I thought that, getting off the planet was our idea. Interesting. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we are up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. Why in a few? A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Paid off. We paid off his debt, but I don't understand. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. Operator upgrades. Skills. 1 upgrade point. Engineer. Work with machines and physical tools. Oh, so these are all the options for things we can do. Endure. Use strength or strength of will. Why is this -1? So we already have interface as a +1. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Oh. Efficient extractor. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Okay, so that's also extra money. Predictive reasoning. Dice actions. Predictive reasoning dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Oh, so we already know what we'll know what the actions will do before we do them. That's pretty good. And Thrill Seeker. Chance to gain energy after any engage action. Gain energy. Is energy like hunger, or is energy like, a dice? We can also get Icebreaker. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Oh. And it's +2 for all of it. I think Intuit is really good. I think Intuit. At least we will know on potential outcomes before we do them. And we have 1 more upgrade point. This costs 2. Let's just get this act. Oh, we can't. Oh, we have no more points. It's 0. Oops. Okay. And we completed one drive. Repay him. So now at Dragos' yard, it's Winter Light, the wreckage cutter Dragos has brought into the salvage. His history discover if you're curious. Forensic trawl. Investigating the Winter Light means picking through its systems and structures with care. It won't pay, but you may find answers. So it won't give us any cryo, but we'll finish yard clearance and Winter Light, and we'll further the story here. Dragos' nerve. Drago seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold this nerve much longer. Okay, so we probably need to complete one or the other before he gets too mad. Cutter salvage. Ship breaking is tougher than slicing up loose salvage. Right. This is what we had before. Yard clearance. History or no, the ship is salvage. This ship is salvage, as Dragos always says. Break it down, move it on. Okay. Well, we have no more dice today. Wow, we ran out of food very quickly. We could buy some food before we go to bed, which I think I will do. 'Cause 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 I will do. ' Yeah, now we're full. Seems really good. Now we can go to bed. Yeah, it's end cycle. Okay, I think this is where we're gonna end the first episode. We rolled really well. Ooh, 6, 5, and 6. But we're going to end the episode here. We learned all about how to play this game, and the story has been super interesting so far. So yeah, I really enjoy this heavy atmosphere of we come from this corporation that's trying to kill us, and we need to survive, and we're kind of a synthetic, like we're not a human, but we are in some ways, like we need to eat and stuff and sleep, but we have access to the eye and stuff as well. It's all very fascinating, and the story building so far has been really good. So I'm hopeful that this is well, I'm gonna keep recording more episodes, and I'm hopeful that this is gonna pick up pace in the next episode. So if you like it, thanks for watching. See you next time.